Yay!
Hello.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Friday. Technical
Yes, it is.
difficulties. We did it. Yay. Woohoo. Thank dog it's
Oh,
Friday.
yes. Happy TDIF, everyone. I hope you're as
Uh,
excited for Friday as I.
oh my gosh. I totally am. I could use a couple Fridays this week because it's
Yep.
been that kind of a week. Whew, there's a lot going on, and I'm ready for the weekend. So, and thank you, everybody. I know we're a couple minutes late, but thank you for your patience. It's great to see everybody pop on. Hello, say hi in the comments. Always great to be here with you. Friday is our favorite day. Today, maybe even more so. This Friday, maybe even more so, because we're ready to craft. Let the world just go away. Let's do some fun things, relax, kind of just play with our hands and see what we come up with. If you don't know who we are, I'm Patty, and I'm here with Hillary.
Hello, everybody.
And we are the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY. And that means we do all kinds of fun crafts, dog treat recipes, all kinds of things in honor of our love for puppies.
Yep.
And today's craft, I'm super excited. It's a Dollar Tree DIY, which many of them are. Pretty much what we do are low budget, kind of inexpensive crafts, but look high dollar, right? Like that look amazing and turn out so many of them turn out so stinking cute. This one in particular. Yeah. In fact, before we hopped on, as we were getting our technical difficulties straightened away, I had already made one just so we could take pictures of it and stuff like that. And Hillary's like, I want to make this one. It's so cute. So this one is adorable. I can't wait to put it together. And it pairs with what we did last week, which was, what was that?
A little dog treat recipe. So I have some left in my, I pulled them out of my freezer. So these were last week's cranberry pumpkin dog treat recipes. So you can check out our past playlist. We have all kinds of really fun recipes. And this one happens to pair along with that. We have all kinds of really fun crafts as well, especially if you're looking for holiday crafts. We have a library of really fun holiday stuff. So holiday recipes, holiday crafts for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, either one. And you'll find some fun stuff in there. And this one I love the idea of giving this as gifts because it is so cute and you can fill it. It's like, it's adorable presentation of also some things that you can do like homemade and handmade gifts. I love this one.
Yeah, this is going to be so cute. So this is a gnome dog treat jar. So it's going to be our Christmas gnome. You can make these in any color for any season or anything like that. So we're just doing a Christmas theme. And this was inspired by a craft that was done by It's Always Autumn. And she has a printable that we're linking to in our instructions. When you go to our website, we've got all the step-by-step instructions for you to do this. And there's a link to her printable. So we're making this little gnome and the template has a hat and a little beard. And that's all you need. Super simple, super easy. And then the other pieces that you're going to need from Dollar Tree are their mason jar, which I absolutely love. You'll need a mason jar that's got the normal regular sized head. You don't want
not a wide mouth.
Not a wide mouth. Yeah, is what you want. Because what we're making for the gnome is going to be too small for the wider mouth. So you just want the regular mouth. And it can be like the pint-sized jar. It doesn't have, this one's 14 ounces. You can get the smaller ones too, which would be even cuter, I think. Which would be adorable. So just the jar is what you need. And then some felt, really just one piece of felt is all you need. I'm going to use red today. If you can get the thicker felt, like at Hobby Lobby has like premium and regular kind, the premium's a little thicker. That's preferred, but I've made this is the regular felt at Hobby Lobby. This will work just as well too. It's just if you could pick and choose, the premium or thicker quality felt
it's just slightly stiffer, so it helps that little gnome hat stand a little bit more easy, but either one will work. If you have your craft stash and you have the colors that you want to make, go ahead and use the felt that you've got. It'll work.
Exactly. I mean, you could do this like in school colors. You could do it all, like other holiday colors, Valentine's Day, whatever. So whatever colors you have on hand. And then you're going to need a piece of fur. I grabbed this from Michael's, but Hillary was a genius.
So they have these at Dollar Tree, and he had a little longer beard. So I took off about
I love
3
that.
inches of his beard here. So I still have this cute little gnome. He needs a little bit of a beard trimming just to make it look a little bit less hatchet job that I did here. But you can definitely use this little guy and still use the little stocking afterwards too. So
I know. I love that idea. I wish I would have thought of that. Because fur can be a little pricey. I don't think this was too bad, but when you're buying fur, it can be expensive. You can also, for the beard, you can do felt instead. If you wanted to, some white felt will work for this. You could do, I've seen yarn or cotton rope, where you comb it out and make a beard. So really use whatever's in your craft stash. This is really where your creativity can come in. So not just the color scheme, but also how you make his little cute little face. But for today, we're going to do the fur. And I primarily wanted to do the fur so I can show you there's some tips on cutting fur that I think would be helpful. And then the other thing you're going to need, and this I got from Dollar Tree, this is from Easter, but you're just going to need a wooden bead, either, one of the, like I did a pink for one nose and I did like the natural color for the other nose. I made 2 of these, whatever color nose you want.
And this is just a leftover. They have in their craft section, they also have like little string of beads. We'll have a little piece of tin on the bottom of them. So I've taken a few of those apart and just have some random beads lying around.
Exactly. Whatever you need. And this is about 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch in size, just so you know. You can go a little bigger if you want, but this is 1/2 inch in size for your bead. And that's it. Scissors and hot glue, and we're ready to go. So the first thing you're going to want to do is fold your felt in half. So take the long side and fold it over. And so you're going to have an open end and a folded end. And if you don't have the template, you're going to measure up 2 inches from the bottom and make a mark. And whoops, paper airplane. I have my little template here, and I'm going to put the short end on the opening. And it shows you where to put the fold end if you're using the template, which I suggest you do. You can go to our website and we've got it linked there. But if you don't have the template, just measure up 2 inches from the open side and 7 inches from the folded side. And you make a mark, and then you just cut along that line. And I'm not going to trace, since I've already got my template. I'm just going to cut along the piece of paper. We're just eyeing it.
You'll have a straight edge here.
Yeah, whatever you got. Super easy. Up 2 inches, and the fold side is up 7 inches, and you're gonna have a little point at the top that we're gonna snip that off. So just the least little bit. We just want to go straight across that top so that we don't need that extra material at the top. So I'm gonna snip that off. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's about 1/2 inch. Take that off. Yay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we're going to set that aside for a second, and I want to show everybody how to cut out the beard. So the beard, again, we've got a little template for that as well. It's about 3 inches across the top and about 3 inches long. So if you cut a square that's 3 by 3, and you just go down the sides about halfway, about 1.5 inches, and then you just start cutting inward to make a point. That's all you need to do for the beard if you don't have the template. But here's the trick for cutting fur, because if you cut straight across 3 inches and straight across 3 inches, you're going to cut off that extra fur at the bottom, and you're going to miss that kind of length of the beard. So the way to cut and to preserve the fur above, you don't want to trim off that extra fur. So find 3 inches, measure up 3 inches. And then I took my scissors on top actually, but you could take a pen or a pencil or anything like that. You want to pull back that fur and you want to look for the backing. That's what you're cutting, so that you have this extra length of fur when you go to use this fur again. It's not cutting all that fur off. You're not wasting all that fur. So that's how you cut it. So this is what I've got here. So that's the back side.
Yep.
But here's the front. So just go straight across 3 inches, down about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. And then you're just going to kind of cut along. You're going to pull that fur back so that you're just cutting the backing. So that's the only trick. But as long as you do that, you get this cute little beard. It looks perfect.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
And depending on what you're using, so like because I pulled it off of the other stocking there, like the fur, Patty's is nice and long. So some of them are going to be different. Some of them are going to feel different. It's really just trying to like work within where the fur has been glued down to that backing. So you may have less that you're working with, but just, it's really almost just kind of paying attention to the backing.
Exactly.
Not those long strips on the front.
You want to avoid cutting the fur, if that makes sense, right? You want to just cut the backing. And one of the suggestions that, it's always
Autumn.
I'm sorry. I love her. She's got great ideas. Please follow her. She's amazing. One of the things she suggested is you could use a razor blade too, right? Just cut along the back instead of scissors. And that could also, whatever's easiest for you. All right. So now that we have our 2 main parts cut out, we're going to fold up the bottom of our hat on that 2-inch edge. We're going to make it a 1-inch edge, and we're going to make a hem. So we're going to fold that in half. Just that bottom, this bottom part, we're going to fold that in half. We're just going to go right up to the bottom of that triangle that we made. And we're going to glue that down. I have to press it down. I have to kind of push on it first just to start the fold, just to start making that hem before I glue, just so I know kind of where I'm going. But then just start gluing it down. And you might have to do just a couple inches at a time. That's fine. We're just going to work our way all along. Just creating a little hem for the hat. And one of the things we didn't do, we're really keeping this basic and simple, but if you want to leave an opening in that hem for later, you could tuck a little sprig of, pine needles or a little flower or something. If you wanted to tuck something in the hem, you could leave a space unglued. But right now we're just going to glue all along the whole thing. Pushing down. So cute. All right. So here's our hat with a hem now. Almost looks like one of those paper hats or whatever, when you made when you were a kid out of newspapers and stuff. So here we go. This is our hat with our hem. And then what we're going to do next is you can do it one or two ways. You can either look at the hat with the hem on top, and then we're going to put glue along the top of the beard and tuck that under in the center, or you can flip the hat over. We're gluing the beard to the back side, the side that does not have the hem. So it's up to you. For me, it was easier just to put glue across the top of the beard and then glue it to the back of the hat so I could see where it was going. But if you want to glue it from the front, just tuck the beard under the hat. That's fine too. We're just aiming for the center at the bottom, just below the hem. Right in the center. So I've got my hat turned over and I'm gluing the beard on top just so I can see where it's going. This is adorable. It's so cute already. I'm sorry. I'm weird. This is so cute. This is so cute already. All right, then we'll flip it back over if you had it upside down. We'll look at our little guy. And now we're going to part the fur kind of in the middle where you would want to put the nose. And you're kind of creating the beginning of a little mustache. So we're just kind of making a space there so that we can see the backing. And we're going to glue our little bead down there. Now, if you were a professional crafter and you went out and got a wood ball that didn't have any holes in it, that's perfect. That's probably what you would prefer. We just dug through our craft stash and had beads. So we've got little holes on the end. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to cover that up with some extra fur. Or you could just leave it as is. No biggie. But we're going to glue that little bead down. And now you can take some little extra pieces of fur, just cut a little bit on each side to cover that hole if you want. Again, this is an optional step. You don't have to do it, but it's actually kind of cute because we're building up his mustache.
I like this one. It adds that little bit of extra personality to it.
It does. It does. It's so cute. So just a small little strip. It doesn't have to look pretty. We're just going after the fur.
Here's without any additional on the edges there.
Here's mine as is. All right, and we're just going to glue a little bit down.
And I'm not sure. My fur is not quite as
furry.
Nice to, it's easy to work with.
That's okay. This might take a little time playing with it.
Yeah. You'll have to find ones because depending on what you're using, you'll have to find ones that the fur is actually still stuck to the backing. So my little scraps that I have, a lot of them are just the fur comes
pulling
right
apart.
Off. So,
yeah. The other thing you can do is take that beard and fold it up into the nose.
Yes.
Just a touch. So you don't have to use extra. You can just fold what's there just up to the sides a little bit. You don't even have to cover the hole exactly. We're just pushing that fur up to the edge to just disguise the holes a little bit more. All right. So here we go with my, now he's got a nice thick fat mustache.
I love it. Love it.
He covered the holes on the sides there. So this is the third one I've done now. So I've had a little practice. Terry says this is adorable. Thank you, Terry. That's so sweet of you to say. This actually turns out so cute. It's so customizable, and I just love how versatile it is when it's all said and done. So, all right. So we've got our little gnome face. And as I said, if you want at this time, you can kind of tuck in little things in the hat. If you want to put a little bow on there, if you want to put a little sprig with a mini pine cone, whatever you want to do to spruce up his hat, you can do that. We're just going for minimalism here today because it's just as cute, just even on its own. Okay. All right.
Good go. You can continue on. I'm just
okay.
Tweak keep playing. There's a little mustache, a little.
All right, no worries. Okay, because we're getting close to being done here. This is the last step, actually. So we're gonna pick up our gnome with the back side facing us, and we're gonna curl this in. Now you don't want to curl it in with the hem meeting exactly across because your hat will be open. So what you really want to do is bring it so that there's a point. So instead of doing it this way, Hillary, going around, straight, you want to actually have it meet in a point. And these are actually going to be vertical. So if I meet these in a point at the bottom, I'm going to actually glue. I'm holding it right now just to show, but I'm gluing it down so that the ends are going to be pointing up and down. And there's a little bit of an overlap, and that's what we're going to glue down together to make our hat. So for me, it's easiest to glue the hem part first in that point. But again, I want to visualize, I want to make sure that when I have that point in place, the rest of the felt will overlap nicely before I actually glue the two together. All right, so I'm gluing that little point down. I know it looks open right now, but I can overlap this here. I can glue that down just like that.
Perfect. All right.
So you want almost an exact like angle.
Yep.
You want them to match. You want them to meet up exactly in an angle, little point at the bottom. And then we're gonna glue these two together all the way to the top, and then you'll have that straight edge going up the back. So that's what I'll do next.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell, but it is just meeting down on the bottom, like aligning those so that they'll line up at an angle.
Yep, and then this will overlap. All right, I'm getting glue all over my hands.
I know the feeling. I have spider webs everywhere.
All right. So cute. Oh my gosh. Your little guy.
He's so cute.
So here's the back. Glue strings everywhere, but there's our little guy. I think the premium felt too is a little easier because it's so stiff. It folds over nicely and kind of stays in place.
Yeah, holds its shape.
A little bit. The again, the other felt will work. I've done it in both, so it's fine. But so you can see the back dips down almost as much as the beard does in the front. And you can kind of play with this little mustache. No personality. And then you're going to take your jar. We're just going to fit that right on there. Just like that. And we're done. So if you want, you can glue this to the lid of the jar. I don't think it's necessary. It just depends on your preference. If you want to make this more of like a little permanent gnome shape, you could totally open and close the jar with the hat on, or you can take the hat off as you use the jar. So either way, if you don't want to glue it down, it's fine. It can still stay on there. And then, as Hillary showed, we filled it with the dog treats that we made from last week. So here's our little dog treat jar. So they're the treats. And so this is one I made with the regular felt. That's not the premium. So you can see they both work. They're just great. And you could fill this with candy. You could fill this with buttons. You could fill this with all kinds of fun things.
I love the idea of, sometimes you get like a hot cocoa kind of cream, like you make your own.
Yeah, or soups. Yeah, dry
or
soup
like
mix.
A little cookie batter kind of pre-made.
Right.
And then give this as a gift. I just love that idea. And obviously dog treats, and you can gift it to your groomer, your vet tech, whoever you might,
your dog walker,
like that. Yep.
Your grand dog mom, your sister who loves her pups. Like, these would make the cutest little gifts for the holiday. I just love these, and they're homemade, which makes it so much more special, and they're so fun. They're so easy. Like, really, you could just keep going. Like, you could make a dozen of these. You could
make a whole army of little gnomes.
I know, exactly. And wouldn't it be fun to like personalize the hat for the gift for the person that you're giving it to. So if they like sports or whatever, if they like whatever, you could, or like I said, school colors or anything like that, you could really customize these for the people that you're giving them to. And even if they just sit on your kitchen counter, I just think these look so cute. They're just this little whimsical decor that look adorable. They're so fun.
I love these. They are so cute. And it's really easy, but it really like adds that wow factor, especially for like a homemade gift. I love that idea for this one.
Exactly.
Check out the link in the description if you need any of the parts and pieces. Like we have links to really cool link from Amazon that has little beard pieces and little bead pieces. So it's all in one. That's awesome. You'll get the stuff that you need. And so felt, those jars, everything. So you can check those out there, or, you know, run to your Dollar Tree. You can get a lot of this stuff from Dollar Tree. I think pretty much all of mine was put together, you know, from items you could do from Dollar Tree. So
exactly.
Or your craft stash. That's another great place to
to
shop.
That's where we shop first. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today.
And before we run out, I did want to mention we currently have a holiday box. So if you all are if you know, we also create snuffle toys, which is like one of our passions. We love to do dog toys that are sort of like a snuffle mat, but the smaller version in a toy variety. And we make craft kits for them. So you can create your own snuffle toys. And this is our holiday little elf that we're doing this year. The only way to get this little craft kit, so you'll have all the parts and pieces, the felt, the fleece, the needle and thread, step-by-step instructions, everything that you need to make that little elf right there, included in your holiday box, and a ton of other extras. Like it is jam-packed full
this is heavy.
All sorts of other fun stuff. So
it's full.
It is currently available on our Etsy shop. So I don't have a link in the description right this second, but I will put one in there. So if you're watching this in a little bit, you will see a link in the description to that holiday box. There's a limited number of available, and we just revealed it last night. So be sure to jump out and grab that little guy while he's still around.
houndhuggerdiy.etsy.com. That's where you go get this. So, enjoy. Hope you have fun. We're kicking off the holidays with a lot of fun things. Stay tuned. We've got a lot more fun things headed your way. Thanks so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it. Take care,
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.